Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to another edition of In Ohio Country Today. I'm Big Dan Wilson, and this week our feature stories are all from the celebration of Ohio corn and wheat. It was a great social reception that took place at the beautiful Puckett Castle in West Liberty, Ohio. We'll have those interviews and more this week in Ohio Country Today.
When it's time to prep your feed, Kuhn mixers deliver consistent, thorough results every time. Built for efficiency and designed to reduce feed cost, Kuhn mixers help you get the most out of every ration. With decades of innovation focused on your feed, Kuhn stands above the rest. Stop by your local Apple Farm Service today or view our inventory online at applefarmservice.com/Kuhn.
Attention farmers, Alan Davis from Alan Davis Insurance Agency reminds you that March 15th is the deadline for multi-peril crop insurance coverage for spring crops. You can make changes, add coverages, add crops, add counties, increase your levels of coverage, but you need to call Alan today and ask about multi-policy discounts and total farm protection. 419-738-7447. That's 419-738-7447. Rodock Leasing Sales and Service is your place for Wilson livestock trailers. Wilson builds reliable, lightweight, and corrosion-resistant aluminum livestock trailers. Wilson is known for their attention to animal and operator safety, as well as the best in biosecurity. Wilson delivers your best value and your lowest cost of operation. Rodock is your home for Wilson livestock trailers. Call Rodock Leasing Sales and Service today. Learn more at rodock.com. Welcome back to In Ohio Country Today, and joining me once again is Gerry Puckett, Director of Communications for the Ohio Corn and Wheat Growers Association. Great event here at the Puckett Castle in West Liberty, Ohio. Let's talk about this event.
You know, this is our first time here at this location. The celebration of Ohio Corn and Wheat, though, is not a new event. It's an every year must-see, must-attend event for the Ohio Corn and Wheat, for our growers, for our corporate partners, and just for people that are agriculture leaders. And we are so glad to be here tonight. We're so glad to see really a packed house here tonight. And it's just an opportunity to come together and say thank you.
You know, that's important too. You know, open communication with your members, especially people who are supporting the pack. And an event like this kind of brings that together, you know, that camaraderie, that chance to socialize. And again, to help support an organization that really needs 110% from its members these days.
You know, we have such great members and such strong and active members. And, you know, an event like this is just, it's more than just an event. It's a networking opportunity. It's people who come to these events every year. They come because they want to see their friends and see people from across the state. But then they get a chance to hear about what's going on. They get to hear about the issues, and that really energizes them and invigorates them. And then and that's why we have the best members, I think, of any agricultural group in Ohio, maybe even the country.
You may be right about that, Gerry. That's for sure. One of the things that you do tonight, too, is you recognize those high-yield growers here in the Buckeye State. And some of those numbers are pretty surprising.
You know, again, I go back to, I think we have the best growers really in the country, but these guys take a lot of pride in what they do and in the ground they take care of. And, you know, every year they seem to be getting better and better at what they do. And, you know, we want to recognize them because their hard work needs to be recognized. And really, I think it inspires some of these other growers in this room to say, hey, next year I want my name to be on there as yield contest winner or runner-up or something like that.
Just what we talked about from a networking standpoint, they get that opportunity to say, hey, what worked for you? What was the weather like for you? What were your soil samples like? What were your inputs like? You know, so all that is important when we're trying to maximize the product coming out of the field. So like I said, an event like this really brings them together and gives them an opportunity to communicate with each other. And how often do you get that opportunity to bring everybody together? It's just a once-a-year thing, right? Well,
you know, we'd have the celebration of Ohio Corn and Wheat once a year, but we have other events throughout the year that we want to make sure that all of our members know about, and we would love to have them be with us. We have an annual meeting that we'll have later this summer that members of Ohio Corn and Wheat are invited to. It's a standing invitation. I'll let you know right now. You're invited to our annual meeting. We're working on planning it right now. More communication will be coming out about that here real soon. You know, but you don't have to be at an event either. You can just stay connected with Ohio Corn and Wheat, whether it be through our social channels or YouTube or our website. But most importantly, we need each and every one of you, your voices, to help join with ours on important issues like E15 or USMCA or anything else that really impacts our members' ability to farm and grow as they know best how to do.
You guys do a great job with that, and it's getting better all the time. The avenues of communication, making sure that all the members are being reached. But unfortunately, we're not reaching everybody as far as corn and wheat growers. We want them to be a part of this organization, and supporting that pack is really what we're leading to in an event like this, right?
Well, we want as many members to join the Ohio Corn and Wheat Growers Association as possible, and you can actually do that right now by going to ohiocornandwheat.org. If you click in the top right-hand corner, you can hit Join or Renew Now, and you can automatically be a member of Ohio Corn and Wheat for, get a 1-year membership or a 3-year membership. A 3-year membership actually pays for itself, so, our benefits outweigh the cost to be a member. And that gives you the opportunity to be connected, to join your voice, to be a part of an organization that's really making a difference, not only in Ohio, but really around the country and across the globe.
You got to talk about, for every penny that's being spent, the multiple dollars that you're getting out of that with an organization like this. These guys really go to bat for you, and we need you. We need your support. So check them out on the web, or you can go to our website at inohiocountry.com, and we'll have a link to that site as well. Gerry, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Dan. Appreciate it.
And we'll be back with more In Ohio Country today, right after this.
The SureTrack heavy-duty low-profile dump trailer is engineered for professionals who demand the highest level of strength, versatility, and efficiency. And Rodock Leasing Sales and Service is your place for your next SureTrack dump trailer. Available in multiple configurations, tailored to fit your specific needs, and built for heavy-duty tasks. This trailer delivers top-tier performance, helping you get the job done right every time. Call Rodock Leasing Sales and Service today, your source for SureTrack dump trailers. Learn more at rodock.com. Dye Real Estate and Land Company, your area leader in land auctions, invites you to another great land auction in Henry County. 395 acres of great farmland offered in 9 tracts, individually, in combination, or as a whole. Join us March 26, 6 p.m. at the Henry County Fairgrounds in Napoleon. Online bidding is also available from your area leader in land auctions, Dye Real Estate and Land Company. For more information on this and other upcoming auctions, go to dyerealestate.com. From generation to generation, farmers do their best to protect their land, livestock, and farm operations. But they can't do it alone. Salina Insurance Group has partnered with local ag professionals to do just that, offering the peace of mind needed to run a successful operation. Salina's products and coverages come from our first-hand experience and relationships with local agents. For total farm protection, come experience the Salina difference. Learn more at salinainsurance.com.
Welcome back to Ohio Country today, and joining me right now is Eric Tipton from Washington Courthouse. Been a while since we caught up with you last time back in your hometown.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about what's happening here with the Ohio Corn and Wheat Growers Association. Exciting meeting here tonight, your annual event. Before we get started, tell us about this event.
Yeah, so this is just an opportunity for all the growers across the state of Ohio to get together and talk about some of the successes this organization's had here the last couple years. We've got some really exciting things going on. We've had kind of a roadblock, so to speak, on the E15 side of things, but we're a couple weeks away from getting an answer. So really, really critical. Kind of a nervous time, but I'm very hopeful that we're going to get this done. So it's kind of our highlight reel, so to speak, and it's an opportunity to raise money for our PAC, which, we've done some crazy things here the last couple of years, and one monumental piece is the Vivek endorsement. So, this PAC has grown, and it's really brought us to an exciting level. So. I mean, we have had tremendous support from, many of our champions here in the state of Ohio, John Houston, Mike Carey, just to name a couple of them. But we have Chantel Brown being another major supporter for us. So, I mean, we have just we've had tremendous support, and that that endorsement really kind of set us apart, in my opinion. We haven't done anything like that in 30 years. So times are changing. I think our membership, I think our growers are really, pushing us to get more aggressive and to make some of these moves so that our voice is heard. That's we're a small voice, but we've got a pretty big punch here in Ohio.
Yeah, no question about it. And I think the important thing is that constant communication, not only among your members, but also when it comes to marching on Washington or going to Columbus and making sure that message gets heard and our growers benefit from that. The past couple of days have been positive when it comes to soybeans, and it seems like corn's kind of riding on those coattails. And what's your thoughts about that when it comes to trade?
I'm not a trade expert by any means, but, I think that there's a lot of hope out there. I think that I feel that our administration is truly working behind the scenes, and I think that we keep doing what we're doing. We keep doing our jobs and kind of keep advocating. I think that as if we do our job, I think that there's a lot of good, positive things that are going to come out of our trade situation and our tariff situation too. Yeah. So, I think. Like I keep saying, it's such an exciting time to be here. It's such an exciting time to be leading this organization, and trade's a big part of what we do. And I think we're continuing to put not just Ohio farmers, but the American farmer in a pretty good position.
Well said. It's an exciting night tonight. It's exciting to see all the members here today. It's exciting to see you in a sport coat.
I get dressed up every once in a while, so yeah, it's a lot of fun.
And if you want more information about the Ohio Corn and Wheat growers, you guys have a terrific website too.
Yeah. So ohiocornandwheat.org. Come see us. If you're not a member, I really encourage you to join because our highlight reel is stellar. We're getting things done. So, Amen. Yeah.
Amen. And we'll have a link to that site as well at inohiocountry.com. We'll be back with more In Ohio Country today, right after this.
Closed captioning provided by Dye Real Estate and Land Company, your area leader in land auctions.
At some point, every person who has ever had a big idea has been told, don't bother. Keep your head down. Do your work. Know your place. At Poet, we know our place. Our place is at the forefront of history, pioneering an industry, challenging what's expected, changing the world. Sustainable biofuels, oil alternatives, nutrient-rich proteins, cleaner air, a brighter future. Poet.
Welcome back to In Ohio Country today, and joining me now is Matt Bame from Hancock County. And Matt, you got a little something to show us here. Ohio Corn Yield Contest winner for 2025. How cool is that?
That's pretty awesome. We were pretty excited when we ran the combine. I knew we had some good corn out there, but I didn't know it was going to be that good, I guess. It was pretty exciting.
Let's talk about that corn first. What did it look like out there?
It would have been normal height, 8-9 feet tall. It wasn't terrible tall, but, just normal looking corn, other than that it was still green when we combined it. So that we knew it was going to be good corn when it was still living when we got to it.
So the weather was good to you this year, I guess, right?
It was good in July. It was really good in July, and that makes corn. So, yeah.
Let's talk about those inputs, too, how important it is to make sure that, you're doing the right thing with whatever seed you're putting out there.
Yeah, we really try to manage every acre as best we can. We soil sample on 1 acre grids, and contest high managed ground, it'll be 1 acre grids, and then on normal ground, it'll be 2.5 acre grids. I think soil sampling is well tested. We tissue test too, and really you can't know what you're short in, and if you don't test to know what you're short in. So, and I make several passes. I basically live in a sprayer in the summertime, so we make sure it's well taken care of.
Well, you can't do it alone, so let's talk about everybody that helped make this possible.
Dad and I farm together, and so there's days where, if I couldn't be in a sprayer for whatever reason, Dad's taking over, and we're helping each other out all the time. So, and my wife is very, very forgiving about me not being home early, and so there's some late nights, but we get it all done.
What was it like growing up on the farm?
Oh, I loved it. Before I farmed in real life, I farmed the carpet, so I was driving John Deere tractors, little toy John Deere tractors at home, and I just loved it. I've always loved it.
How many generations of legacy do you have there at your farm?
As far back as we can tell, I think I'm the 6th generation, so we've been there a long time. Yeah.
Is this probably the highest you guys ever had, or where does this rank consistency-wise with what you're producing on the Bame farm?
Oh, this is pretty high. The farm average is not almost 350. It's not that high.
Well, before we let you go, we're making a push here tonight at the Ohio Corn and Wheat Growers Association event here at the McAchee Castle in West Liberty to get people to be a member of the Ohio Corn Growers Association and the Ohio Wheat Growers Association. So what would you tell somebody out there who's not a member how important it is to be a member?
It's important because they're out there talking for us, trying to get, E15 I know has been a big thing lately to try and get year-round E15 passed, and they're pushing for that. And the corn yield contest is fun too. So,
well, congratulations once again going out to the Bame family, and especially Matt Bame from Hancock County. Matt, thanks for being our guest.
Thank you.
And we'll be back with more in Ohio Country today, right after this.
From generation to generation, farmers do their best to protect their land, livestock, and farm operations. But they can't do it alone. Salina Insurance Group has partnered with local ag professionals to do just that, offering the peace of mind needed to run a successful operation. Salina's products and coverages come from our first-hand experience and relationships with local agents. For total farm protection, come experience the Salina difference. Learn more at salinainsurance.com. Your outdoor fun starts here at Dad's Toy Shop. See us today for all of your favorite remote control land, air, and watercraft, and so much more. Dad's Toy Shop in downtown Wapakoneta is your one-stop shop for all of your hobby needs.
Welcome back to In Ohio Country today, and joining me, Ray Van Horn. And Ray is with the PAC part of the Ohio Corn and Wheat Growers Association. Ray, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Ray, let's talk about your farm.
I farm in Morrow County, about 45 miles straight north of Columbus, raise corn, beans, and wheat.
You know, I've talked to you before, and I know your enthusiasm for this organization, and let's talk about the importance of that, how important it is to be a part of a group like this.
As a farmer, I think all farmers should get involved in something like this. Just to advocate for your livelihood, I think, is one way to put it, and it's fun.
You know, when you're communicating and you're out there hustling and trying to get that message across, you had a really good way of putting that. Why don't you tell our viewers about that?
Well, if you're not at the table, you're the dinner, so you better get out there and advocate for yourself. And through the PAC board, that's one avenue to do it. To get out in front of your legislators and let them know what's really important to you.
Let's talk about the current messages that are out there and that we need to push home, especially in this very important election year.
Yeah, well, one of the big things that we did as the PAC, for the first time in 30 years, we were the first one to endorse Vivek Ramaswamy. And a lot of people said, why did you do that? And we said, why not? He's the clear choice, listening to the issues and putting them right out there in front and, helping advocate for the year-round E15.
And you gotta be consistent about it too, not just hitting somebody that's running for governor, but you're out there hustling, taking care of business, whether it's state legislature or going to D.C. and talking to congressmen and senators. You guys are working hard to get that message out there.
Yeah, like I said, you have to get in front of your legislators and let your voice be heard.
So let's talk about your website. You guys have a really great website, too, if people want to get more information or learn about the PAC.
Yeah, just get on Ohio Corn and Wheat PAC, and you can make donations, get involved. Any little bit will help.
And actively involved. We want people who aren't members to get involved today, right?
Yes, absolutely. Just like I said, everybody should be involved. And, like I said, I'm not really doing this for me. I'm doing it for the next generation.
And that's what we're talking about, right? We're talking about that legacy. because who's going to do it? Who's going to feed our families across the United States if we don't have that next generation, right?
Right. Like I said, I mean, I'm looking towards the future, and hopefully everybody else is as well.
One of the hardworking guys out there to help spread the message, the good word for our Ohio corn and wheat growers here in the Buckeye State. Ray Van Horn has been my guest, and if you want a link to their website, you can go to our website as well at inohiocountry.com. Ray, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And we'll be back with more In Ohio Country today, right after this.
Meyer formula mixers are built for speed, accuracy, and efficiency. With fast processing times, low load heights, and precision unloading, Meyer helps you get more out of every load. Don't waste feed with unreliable mixers. Meyer has been innovating feed mixing for over 70 years. When you need consistent results, load after load, trust Meyer mixers from Apple Farm Service. Stop in today or view our inventory at applefarmservice.com/Meyer.
Welcome back to In Ohio Country today, and joining me once again is Tad Nicholson. Thanks for joining us on our show.
Hey, thanks a lot for having me.
Well, thanks for having me to this incredible event here at the McAchee Castle in beautiful West Liberty.
Yeah, it's our celebration of Ohio corn and wheat. You know, we do it once a year, and you know there are always something that's worth celebrating, and we do it here.
It's also a good opportunity for people to come and to network with each other at this particular event. But one of the things we want to put out there is the fact that we're supporting the PAC too. So let's talk about what we need to get the members involved and to get more members as far as the association is concerned.
Well, you know, policy, being an effective policy organization takes three things. One is it takes a lot of farmers to make their voice heard. We call that activation. We want to make sure that we have members activated so they can tell DC what we want. We got to set good, solid policy. We count on our board of directors to do that. So we need really good board members. And then the third thing is we need public officials that are willing to vote for the issues that we want, and we are able to support them with a strong PAC. Those three things, that's the three-legged stool that makes us strong.
And what kind of brings it all together, too, is communication. Having that upfront communication with your members and with those politicians is extremely important. But like I said, you can't do it without the members, so let's ask for the sale here.
Well, I'll tell you what, you know, the world is run by those who show up. And this, being a farmer today, you're such a minority. We have given up the luxury of saying somebody else will do the speaking for me. We got to do it ourselves. That starts by joining Ohio Corn and Wheat, and that makes you a powerful voice in D.C. and in Columbus. We'll work with you, and you'll be joining thousands of other farmers around the state.
You know, we talked to Ray Van Horn, we talked to Matt Bame, the yield contest winner. How cool is that, you know, to have those people who have that enthusiasm for what they do in agriculture? I don't think I've ever met a group or an organization that has this kind of enthusiasm than the Ohio Corn and Wheat Growers.
Well, you know, when it comes to our yield contest, you know, farmers are as competitive as anybody, and so we want to compete as well, and we do that through the National Corn Growers Association that hosts the National Corn Yield Contest. Tonight, we are celebrating the winners from Ohio, including many of the people that you see here, and so what a fantastic night to be able to just celebrate the ability of farmers to be able to produce a crop that feeds and fuels this country.
And before we let you go, you guys have a great website to keep that communication out there to your members. Let's talk about that.
Well, I'll tell you what, anybody, ohiocornandwheat.org is the place to go, and we really look for that to be an interactive, very informative website, not just something that's going to put an address and a phone number on it, but really what we're doing. And so if you're ever wonder what the association, what Ohio Corn and Wheat is about, easy way to do it, go to ohiocornandwheat.org.
And we'll have a link to that at our website as well at inohiocountry.com. Tad, thanks for joining us.
Thanks a lot, Dan.
And we'll be back with more In Ohio Country today, right after this.
Dye Real Estate and Land Company, your area leader in land auctions, invites you to another great land auction in Henry County. 395 acres of great farmland offered in 9 tracts, individually, in combination, or as a whole. Join us March 26, 6 p.m. at the Henry County Fairgrounds in Napoleon. Online bidding is also available from your area leader in land auctions, Dye Real Estate and Land Company. For more information on this and other upcoming auctions, go to dyerealestate.com. Welcome back to In Ohio Country today. Joining me once again, Ken Holmes, Marketing Manager for Apple Farm Service. The spring sale catalog is out, and I hope you had a chance to take a look at it. If you haven't, you can always go to their website at applefarmservice.com/catalog, right, Ken?
Correct.
Now, in that catalog, and
if you want to check it out online, is one of my favorites is Bill's Bargain List. Now, this is a great opportunity for you to strike some great deals on slightly used equipment, and the prices are right there for you to check out, right?
Yeah. So Bill's Bargain List, which I don't know how long Bill's been doing his bargain list. It's been many years. I think we took 1 year off because the year COVID and everyone didn't have equipment. But hey, things are more back to normal now as far as that goes, and Bill's Bargain List as well. So everything on Bill's Bargain List is technically new equipment. So could have a demo on it or two, but it's still technically new. Most of it doesn't have demos on it. They're just new machines. They've just sat here for longer than we want to, and Bill marked them down a good price.
Incredible prices too, and you can see it right here on the catalog itself if you've got it through the snail mail or online. So let's talk about these prices. Again, it's just some great deals, and the variety of equipment that's available here is incredible, and it's a great way to get started before planting season too.
Yeah. So, I mean, we go through everything. So it's not just farm equipment. We got farm equipment. We got zero-turn mowers, and we got some compact tractors. Good amount of attachments for whether you got a skid steer or you just got a three-point or a quick attach front loader. Some different attachments. Hay equipment. I mean, seeders. Anything you can think about. It's about 120 items this year, so it's a good list. A nice thing, if you go online, applefarmservice.com, and you find the bargain list, you can find it on the catalog, you can find it elsewhere. All of those pieces of equipment, we try to list all of them online with the updated price on it, so you can take a look at, see exactly what you're looking at before you make the call or make the drive over to take a look at it.
Bill's Bargain List. Just another way Apple Farm Service is helping you become more profitable, especially here in 2026. We'll be back with more In Ohio Country today, right after this.
Attention farmers, Alan Davis from Alan Davis Insurance Agency reminds you that March 15th is the deadline for multi-peril crop insurance coverage for spring crops. You can make changes, add coverages, add crops, add counties, increase your levels of coverage, but you need to call Alan today and ask about multi-policy discounts and total farm protection. 419-738-7447. That's 419-738-7447.
Hey, that's going to do it for this week's edition of In Ohio Country Today from the annual Ohio Corn and Wheat Growers Association event, this year being held at beautiful McAchee Castle here in West Liberty. Want to thank Gerry Puckett and his crew for having us here today. We got some great stories for you. And if you want more information, as always, and a link to their site, you can go to our website at inohiocountry.com. Have a good day, everybody.